Alimony in Texas is called spousal maintenance. Spousal maintenance is determined by whether or not a spouse can meet their minimum reasonable needs. And those are things like food, shelter, clothing, car insurance, car payment, living house payment, utilities. So you have to be able to prove and show what all of those are, and you have to also be able to show what that person's actual income is. They need to either have or be looking for a job during the divorce process, otherwise they're not going to be able to get it. And it's limited. The amount is anywhere up to the maximum of 20% of the paying spouse's income, gross income, or $5,000 at most per month. So, and that can be for any length of time. It can be a few months, or it can be up to 5 years for a 10-year marriage, up to 7 years for a 20-year marriage, or for 30 years, it can be 10 or more years if somebody's disabled. So it's based on the minimum reasonable needs. You have to show and prove what those are. And it's actually very difficult to get, and becoming more and more difficult to get in the state of Texas. If you're facing that, you definitely need to have a good lawyer to be able to show the judge all those things. So in Texas, you can get temporary spousal maintenance. Temporary means from the time that divorce is filed, where you will have a temporary order hearing at the beginning of the case. And the temporary orders determine basically who lives where, who pays for what, and who gets to have the kids when, while the divorce is pending. So temporary is from now until the time that the divorce is finalized. And then final support means for a certain amount of time after the divorce is granted. If spousal support is not paid, one of two things can happen. You can file an enforcement, and if it was contractual, meaning obtained by an agreement, then you cannot enforce that by contempt for jail, but you can enforce the payment of it. And you can also get attorney's fees for that if you have to bring the enforcement in court. If spousal maintenance was ordered by a judge and that's not paid after a final trial, then contempt and jail time is actually available as an enforcement. You can also get your attorney's fees for that. If you're going through a divorce and you're concerned or need spousal maintenance, either you want to prevent the other side from getting too much of it, or if you want to make sure that you can get as much as you can, then come to softdivorce.com and we'll be happy to help you.